Stop selling AI receptionists and sell quoting agents instead. I recently transitioned my business from primarily selling AI receptionists into fully selling quoting agents, and here's exactly why. But before I get into that, let me first quickly highlight the AI market, which is absolutely booming. Right now, the market's around $8 billion. It's 2026. And by 2034, the market is going from $8 billion to $250 billion. So however saturated or however many businesses are already starting to implement AI right now, 10, 20, 30 times that in the next 10 years will be implementing AI, and you need to be the one benefiting off this technology. You can't be the one sitting, going to college, not starting a business, becoming an employee, and eventually becoming replaced by AI. You need to be the one replacing AI. Set up yourself a strong foundation in this now, have your business get known so that you can dominate a specific niche and market and take over. And then as you can see, I recently sold a quoting agent for $18,000 up front. And guys, you cannot do this with AI receptionists in 2026 because you have to understand the businesses who were interested in AI receptionists have already implemented them. Thousands upon thousands of people are cold calling every single day, pitching businesses AI receptionists. So if a business doesn't already have one, then they're not interested. Either they don't trust the AI or they don't trust you. So why are you pitching something that they don't want? You simply cannot start with AI receptionists right now. And here's exactly why, right? So if you're brand new to the space, I'm going to explain how these agents work. So there's a ton of inbound phone calls that all these businesses are getting. So they search on Google for a business and they find their number and they call in, and that's when the AI receptionist picks up. And the AI receptionist either books appointments, answers basic FAQs, or forwards call to the business owner when a human has to do the task. And there's nothing wrong with AI receptionists. I don't want you guys to get it twisted. I made hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of dollars selling these specific agents to business owners, but you cannot start with it because if you go down here, you can see, right? Every single business, or most 90% of businesses, their main source of income is coming from these phone calls. As you can see on this website, it says request service now, call in, the number at the very top, right? They're relying on these phone calls to feed their families. This is how their leads contact them and eventually pay them. So pretend now you, a random person that they have no idea who you are, they have no idea what you do, cold call them on the other end of the line saying, hey, would you be interested in an AI receptionist? Once, like I said before, if they don't already have it right now, they're probably not interested. But let's say they've miraculously never gotten pitched before. You are someone who doesn't have any clients to show for. You have no results. They have no idea who you are. And like I said before, they're feeding their families off these inbound calls. So what business owner in the right mind is going to pay you $10,000, $20,000 for an AI receptionist? Although I get it, guys, the ROI makes sense, right? Oh, your pitch is, oh, you're spending 60 to 80 grand a year on a receptionist. My AI receptionist answers calls 24/7, books appointments, forwards calls, does everything a traditional employee would do, and works 24/7 on top of that. And it only costs $10K once upfront with the small monthly retainer. The pitch makes sense, but the pitch doesn't make sense for that business owner who knows nothing about AI and relies solely on these phone calls. And once again, on this website, you guys can also see at the very top, the main thing they're trying to push is their phone number. So if they're trying to push their phone number, they're relying on that phone number to bring them in revenue. Why are they going to fully replace their main source of income with AI when they know nothing about it and they don't trust you? It makes no sense. And that's why you can't start with an AI receptionist. Later on, once you built a successful business and you're thriving, you're killing it, you have 10, 20, 30 case studies to show what you've done, you're running ads, and the business owners are coming to you, then you can sell these agents, but you can't start them off the gun. We also have to take into consideration that most business owners know nothing about AI. And that's the beauty, but also the despair of the market, right? It's so good because these business owners don't even know about this technology that could completely transform their business. But on the other hand, it sucks because you're pitching them something that they don't understand and they're scared of. They've seen AI on the news. They see it's going to replace people. So why are they going to use it when they're old and know nothing about it? So you guys need to think about this logically. Immediately implementing AI into the most important part of their business, as we went over before, they make their money from answering these phone calls. So if they're old, they don't understand AI, and they're not new to this market, and you're saying, hey, I'm going to completely replace how you make your money right now with AI, that's a huge risk, right? And getting started within the AI space, you don't want business owners to take on risk when implementing AI. You want to offer them something that they can implement into their business. It saves them time and money and doesn't directly mess with their lead flow, or implement something that customers are directly interacting with on a daily basis. It's not the right way to start things. You need to offer something low risk and high upside. And then once you build that trust, then you can sell something that's maybe higher risk that replaces an employee or answers all their phone calls. And just the icing on the cake here, there is so much competition when it comes to the AI receptionist market. As you can see here, there's a ton of businesses making millions of dollars a month selling this stuff. And going back to when I said this requires a ton of trust and past results, these companies are going to show that trust. They're going to show the thousands of businesses they're working with. So why would anyone pick you over these companies? It's just not the right thing to go. And that's exactly why I transitioned my business over into quoting agents. And guys, it's a game changer. AI receptionists also require that business to oftentimes fire an employee. So think about it, right? They're a small mom and pop shop. They're a local business. You're starting outreach. You want to start your AI company and you're outreaching, trying to sell AI receptionists. One, you have no trust, no case studies, no prior results. Two, you're trying to replace someone that they know, that they have a strong relationship with. And three, it's just a saturated environment with all these $1 million companies. You can't start with AI receptionists. I don't care what everyone online is telling you. This is why you need to start with quoting agents. Here's a quick overview of how a quoting agent or price estimator actually works, right? So there's a website chatbot, whether it's internal or external, If it's an internal chatbot, meaning customers are calling the business owner saying, hey, service-based business, hey, brake repair business, my car broke down on the side of the road, my rotors are broken, my brakes are broken, how much is this gonna cost me for you guys to come out and fix my car, right? So if you're selling an internal chatbot, they can go into their internal chatbot that customers can't see, type all that information in, and then get an accurate quote from the AI. If you're selling an external chatbot, meaning it's on the website, customers can interact, customers are the one typing in, there's two different things, right? So I primarily sell internal chatbots, so that's what I'm gonna explain right now. I primarily sell internal chatbots first because like I said before, it requires less risk for the business owner to take. If customers aren't interacting, only internal employees are interacting with the quote estimator chatbot, then it has no risk and it's only going to benefit that business. So how this agent works is that it has the knowledge base of the business, right? Think of it, if you're brand new to this whole space, as a custom chat GPT specifically made for that business and how they operate. So if it's a mobile braking business where they have a bunch of trucks, they send these trucks out to broken down cars and they fix cars, right? They need to know a bunch of stuff, right? They need to know their part suppliers. They need to know the specific parts that are broken. They need to know the cost of how much those part suppliers cost, what their markup fees are, how much their labor rate is, what's their hourly rate, right? All these things have to be trained with the knowledge base so that it has and understands how the business operates. Once it understands how the business operates, then it thinks exactly how they would think and can give completely accurate quotes. And that's exactly what we're looking for. So quick overview, 2 use cases. 1, the internal chatbot. Customer's car breaks down, they call the business, the person on the other end of the line asks them questions. They respond to those questions, tell them exactly what's wrong with the car. That person's writing it down and typing it into the chatbot, right? As they're typing it into the chatbot, it's giving them an accurate quote that they then send over to the client. The client checks it over, says, yep, let's do it, sends them the money, and they complete the job. And the second use case is an external chatbot. So let's say it's not a mobile braking business and it's just a mechanic shop, right? And your car is having a bunch of issues and you want to get it fixed. You click on the website and it immediately says, get a free quote. So you click on that and you fill in all your information and it shoots you out a quote. So externally means the customers can interact with it. Internally means only the employees can. Okay, so the reason I've been able to sell these quoting agents for 10, 15, even 20 grand up front, as you can see here from an $18,000 sale I recently had, is because, guys, business owners spend so much time on quotes you don't understand, right? I want to do simple math with you guys, right? Let's say they have to do 20 quotes a day. And out of those 20 quotes a day, each quote takes 10 to 15 minutes. Let's say 10 minutes, and that's on the low end. That's 200 minutes of quotes a day, over 2.5 hours every single day of giving free quotes. They don't make any money from it, but they need to send these quotes so that they can have accurate pricing. The customer can understand how much the job is going to cost and then eventually pay them. So 2.5 hours every single day that typically the business owner has to spend because they're the decision maker. They know the most about their company. This is an insane amount of time, and 10 to 15 grand to solve this problem is a 100% no-brainer for these business owners. So the first thing, yes, it saves the business owner an unbelievable amount of time that they could spend that time into scaling their business or working with clients or actually doing high leverage tasks as the business owner. But two, and the reason why this agent is so much better to start off selling than the AI receptionist is that it doesn't interfere with the clients. If you're selling an internal chatbot or an internal quote estimator, it doesn't interact with the clients. They can't type into it, only the employees can. So it requires the business owner to take on zero risk. And that's what we're looking for with a first agent. So here's what an external chatbot looks like on a website, meaning the clients can interact with it. So they search up brake mechanics near me, they click on the first website that pops up, and they can get an instant quote. They click this button and immediately they're interacting with the chatbot, telling them about their issue and getting a quote relative to what issue they're facing. Super, super good solution on the external side of things. And it makes a ton of sense, meaning the employees don't even have to send out quotes, right? On the internal chatbot, like I built here for a recent client. And by the way, if you want to check out this full case study sale video where I have the sales call and the exact build of this quote estimator in this video, I highly recommend you checking it out. It's on my channel. I barely have any videos, so you can find it very easily. But this is an internal chatbot that I built, meaning the clients don't get to interact with this. Only the employees do. They type in all the issues that the clients gave them and then send over that quote. Super, super good solution. So here you can also see we train their knowledge base to take into account their labor rates, how much their part supplier cost is, their market fees, everything. So the knowledge base has the actual brain of the business. Okay, if you're a business owner, you've been in the mechanic space for 2 years, you know that this costs this, you know this is how much you charge per hour, you know if you have to drive out to a location, you charge an extra rate. The business owner has all this information in their head that we could train the knowledge base on to think exactly like them. So the big old question is, how exactly do we build this, right? So you hop on that Zoom meeting, you sell them on the quoting agent. They talk about all the things you need to integrate. They give you all the information you need to actually build it. And then you would have to go into a platform like VoiceFlow or any other software that helps you actually build out these quoting agents. And guys, I'm not gonna lie, these are very, very, very difficult to build because not only do you have to train that knowledge base perfectly because these quotes need to be 99% accurate, but you also need to test the shit out of this agent because you can't give them a product that doesn't quote exactly how they would. So I start with my Zoom meeting and sales call with the client, and that entire meeting gets recorded by Fathom note takers. Super easy to implement. It's a software, it costs a couple bucks a month. Take notes and records my entire call. From there, if I get the payment in, I have an automation that automatically sends that Fathom note taker call to my team of developers who I've been working with for 2.5 years, and they get started on the project. Guys, I want to preface something here. If you want to make money with AI and you're not technical, you need a team of developers on the back end. And you can't go to Fiverr, you can't go to Upwork because the most important thing is providing the best possible product. Because think about it, business owners know business owners. And if you do a very good job for one brake mechanic or one painting business who wants quotes or any sort of service-based business, they're going to refer you to all their friends because all of them need these quoting agents. So you need to deliver a 10 out of 10 product and you need to have 10 out of 10 developers on the back end. From there, the developer uses this information that you gathered on that call. Everything you would possibly need to build that AI agent gets recorded on that sales call and on that onboarding call. And they build out the knowledge base and actually build out the entire quoting agent for you. And then for you, after selling it, and obviously during that whole development process, you're checking in with the client, sending them updates, making sure they feel like they're hands-on with this project. That's super important for you guys. You can't have them pay you 15 grand and then send them a text in a month saying it's done. No, you keep them engaged through the entire process so that they feel like it's hands-on. They actually feel like they were a part of the development process. Super important for getting case studies and testimonials and referrals later on down the line. Once it's done, you deliver it to them, hop on a call, see if they have any feedback for you, see if they like the final result, and most importantly, see if it's quoting accurately. Once it's quoting accurately, they implement it into their business, and 99% of the time, they're gonna refer you. Guys, business owners know business owners, and this is a solution where every business owner needs it. It's not, oh, I don't believe in AI. No. If a business owner is spending 2.5 hours every single day giving out these quotes, they want this solution and they want it now. And then here's a quick breakdown of the math just to ingrain this into your guys' heads that you need to be delegating the back end work and you need to focus on what your highest leverage task as the agency owner is. And that is selling this, and that is building out your clientele and actually making money, right? So if the average quoting agent is, let's say, 10 grand, from my personal experience, it's way more, but let's say it's 10 grand per agent, right? And the development takes a month, hands down, every single time, because there's testing, because the business owner doesn't like something, because they don't like the page it's on, because they don't think it's quoting accurately, right? There's always going to be stuff that comes up. The development is never going to take 3 weeks. It's going to be minimum a month. Meaning, guys, if you're doing all the work yourself, hopping on the sales calls, marketing, onboarding, and then actually doing all the development work for the client, you can only make $10,000 a month, max. You can only take on one job if you want to deliver a good product, right? And the other option, and everyone needs to be doing this, it's like not even an option. I shouldn't even have given both options. You need to be doing this if you want to make money and become successful within the AI space. And that is delegating the back-end work to a team of vetted, veteran developers who actually know what they're doing, deliver a good product, and are expensive. Guys, you do not want to cheap out on this, and it's not that expensive. But you don't want to go on Upwork, you don't want to go on Fiverr, you don't want to find, I'm sorry to say it, but an Indian developer who can't communicate, who doesn't know what they're doing and hasn't done a good job before. It's never going to work, guys. Because think about it, if you pay 20% to your developers, they focus on all that. You're selling these agents for 20 grand, they make 4K a pop. That's a bunch of money for them. You take a huge profit margin, you're still making 80% on the profit margin, and you can just continue to sell this, right? You sell one job, you send the Fathom to the developers, and you focus on selling another one. And that way you can maximize your efficiency as the business owner, and you can set up your agency to actually become a successful business with recurring revenue. And if you're interested in using my developers as well as my one-on-one help to help you scale up your agency, click the link in the bio. It's completely free to do so, and we could hop on a call. With all that being said, guys, this agent is absolutely printing right now and no one knows about it. I guarantee you, if you search up a YouTube video on a tutorial on how to build this out yourself, you will not find it, because everyone is stuck selling AI receptionists and selling these agents that don't actually provide value to the business. Or actually, I don't want to say that. They provide value to the business, but it's very hard to convince them that they actually provide value. So with that being said, thanks for watching. If you guys want me to make any sort of tutorial or demonstration or sales call review of a client I've closed or my developer's process to actually build this out, just leave a like, leave a comment telling me exactly what to do. I'm happy to make any video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.